So once you have everything proportioned, I actually turn back on the camera. So let's go ahead and unhide everything. So we're gonna press solo off, and let's actually zoom back out. I'm actually gonna turn off the mesh. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit, and the butter is right here. Move the butter up. And what I actually did to make the butter melted, I added the melt deformer right here. So if you go into this, oops, Control Z, undo that. Let's zoom back in. So I have the melt deformer selected. I went here and I choose where's the melt? Where's the melt? Melt. I got that, and I made the melt a child of the geometry, which is the butter. And if you look, all you gotta do is actually turn up the strength, and the butter will melt. Easy as that. Let's take off the actual line so you can see what's happening. And let me just go ahead and create a quick texture for the butter itself. Double click. And butter is usually like a yellowish color, a little bit like that. And we're gonna add a reflectance to it. I'm gonna do a legacy. Maybe I'll actually turn up the roughness a little bit and turn on the specular a little bit. And I just place the actual texture on the butter. So if I have the butter right here and I actually turn down the strength, it goes up. That so in the actual video that I did, I animated the butter itself falling. And then when it hits the pancake, then I made the butter actually melt. So let's do that. So right now everything is coming down here, everything's flat down, and the butter is right here. So at frame 90, I'm gonna set a keyframe on the butter. Then at frame 70, I'm actually gonna bring it up out of the actual frame. And I'm gonna keyframe it. So let's see what we have so far. Let's go ahead. There you go, and it falls. Let's go ahead and make the F curves linear. Select each end and press linear. So let's go ahead and play that back and see what we have. So now, once you have it hit here, at frame, let's say 93, let's go back to the butter. Sorry, the melt now, and we have it at 0 right here. I'm gonna keyframe it 0 right there, and at frame 120, we're actually gonna increase the strength of the melt deformer. So like right about, let's take a look at it. Right about there is fine. So 28. We could run it off to like a 30. So let's go ahead and see what we got so far. So we have the pancakes fall down, the butter falls, and then it melts. Okay, that part is actually finished now. Let's go ahead and hide our camera from the scene. We got a lot of things going on. Actually, it's this camera right here, right? And the deformers, I'm gonna go ahead and hide that. I don't want it to be seen in the scene. I don't want to confuse myself. Okay, go ahead and save this. I'm gonna save it as part 3. So now we could add some light to the scene, some floor to the scene. So let's go ahead. Oh, what the heck just happened? Hold on. Something happened. Oh, I think I did. I made a mistake and hide the wrong thing right here. There you go. That should work now. Okay. Now to actually light up the scene, let's go ahead and throw some light. Or what we could do is actually go in and scope a little bit of this actual geometry here. I'm gonna upload the actual simulation of the syrup at a later time, probably like in a day or so I can render it out. So let's go ahead and do like a quick sculpting. So let's take a look at our reference image, which is that. So let's go ahead and select each of them. Let's go here. What I've learned is the best thing to do is actually take this out of the bend deformer. All right, and we're gonna hit solo. We're gonna actually zoom into this. Let's go ahead and choose our. Okay, see we have that. We have stuff at the bottom. We're gonna actually deform it a little bit. So let's go ahead and switch to scope. And with the scope selected, we're going to choose the grab tool. And right now we want to grab a little bit more size than that. So let's go ahead to symmetry. Let's click XY axis and we have right there. So we're going to actually grab it. Let's go to our settings to see the size and we're going to actually bring it in a little bit. We're going to do the same thing to this side I mean. And just going to add some deformation to the actual geometry. We don't want it too perfect, right? So now we have that. And for the bottom part, we're gonna actually use the knife tool. And I'm gonna make, let's see what I have. The pressure is 20. Okay, I might turn up the pressure a little bit more. Let's go to the bottom part by choosing the top. And we're gonna choose texture. We're gonna turn the texture on for the top. See, this is still at the top, so you switch the camera view to bottom. Let's zoom in. And now we'll add a little bit of, seams and stuff to it. It's actually a pancake, so we're gonna add like some lines to it. Doesn't have to be perfect, but this is what we have so far. So if we take a look at this, it looks a little bit more like a pancake. So let's go ahead and smooth it out just a little bit. It's too rough around the edges, so I'm gonna turn the pressure down to 1.2. I'm gonna increase the size of the brush, and I'm just gonna increase it some more, a little bit more pressure. Now you can see it's actually making it more smoother. I'm just show you an example. If you show you a quick example of how you could actually change certain things by adding a little bit more details to the actual geometry. And actually smooth it out just a little bit. So let's go ahead now and we're gonna actually go back to our startup. I'm actually turn the solo off. And now I'm just gonna put the bend deformer back into there so that the animation will be ready to go. So let's go ahead. If we press play, we still have the same animation going on. Nothing changed. So all we did was sculpt it to make it look a little bit different. You could add a little bit more deformation to the actual pancake itself. You could add a little bit more stuff to it. But for this tutorial, it's a quick one and it's just a quick tip, and I'm just showing you how to do certain things. So there you